Today I'm going to show you how I cast this aluminum play button. This is a piece of 1/2 inch styrofoam, household sheeting styrofoam. I took a router and I routed the play symbol into the front of it here, where you can see it's just maybe a 1/4 inch deep. I hot glued 2 little pieces to the back side of it so that there's a port so you can pour the aluminum in and a vent on the other side. Now, this is a steel bucket that I use for casting the aluminum, and it's just filled with sand. All I'm doing is putting this down in the sand, and the aluminum has a void there in the bottom underneath the sand. This sand's a little dry. I added a little water to it and packed it down a little bit later, but you get the idea that I'm just putting the styrofoam down inside the bucket and then putting some more sand down on top of it. I pack the sand around it and then pour the aluminum into it once it's ready. When I do this, I try to make it so that I make a funnel around the side there, so that when I pour the aluminum, it goes down in around where the styrofoam sticks out of the sand. So that's all set up there, so it's ready to go. Now all these soda cans, and yes, I do like cherry Coke. I'm going to take these soda cans and I'm going to stick them into the furnace here. I'm going to give you a time lapse so you don't have to go through all the trouble of watching me go 1 can at a time into the furnace. So I'm all set up and ready to go. I light the furnace up, and here's a shot. I just wanted to show you how fast these cans melt. Throw a can down the center here, and you can see the can melts right down to nothing, just like that. I put one on top just to see how fast it will melt here on top. It doesn't take long for it just to melt right through the side of it. And like I said, here's a time lapse of me putting all the soda cans in. It takes quite a few soda cans because you don't get much aluminum out of them. There's actually a lot of dirt and a lot of paint that has to come through, and you have to scoop that off the top when you're ready to pour it. Here I am with the canister ready to pour. And you see how fast that styrofoam melts. The hot aluminum hits it. I just poured a little extra here because I've stopped this halfway before and it didn't pour all the way through, so pouring it here, I just poured the entire bucket to make sure that it goes all the way down. You can see even after the aluminum's poured in there, it stays hot for a long time, bubbling and some air pockets coming out, still going down a little bit. I just let this aluminum sit here and harden up for a little while. Give it probably 10-15 minutes for it to get hard, cool down. Now here I'm coming back later once it cooled down. Still very hot. Use a pair of channel locks and grab a hold of it and pull it up out of the sand. Knock some of the sand off it. You can see the shape. Now, all I did was take a Sawzall and cut the 2 pieces off where the legs are for the aluminum to come in and the vent for it to come out. I just let it cool off to the side for a little while. Here you see more or less the finished product. I cut the 2 legs off the back. I took a grinder and I ground the front down a little bit just to sand it down, give you a rough idea what it looks like when it's done. This is actually the second one I did because I lost some of the footage of the first one I did. The one in the back there is the first one that I completed. And the one in the front here is the second one that I did. You can basically cast anything you want out of aluminum with a piece of styrofoam and a bucket of sand. Hope you guys liked my video. Please be sure to subscribe. You know, it's free to subscribe. Just hit that little subscribe button down there. And be sure to comment, let me know what you think of my videos.